Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is definitely going to be a different one in the sense that I don't usually do storytime videos, but I was reminiscing the other day on my Snapchat memories, I guess, and I was looking at these videos that I completely forgot about, and it just reminded me, hey, maybe I should make a story time out of this. Honestly, I don't know how substantial the story will be, but I hope that you enjoy this. Essentially, this is a story about the time that a party I was at got shot up. That's not clickbait. So if you guys don't know, I go to school in LA, and this story happened my freshman year. I am now a sophomore. I now live a much more calm life. But freshman year, I was all about going to parties, to be honest. Not that I was neglecting my school by any means. I definitely was not. However, I went to parties pretty frequently, not gonna lie. I probably went Thursday nights, because Thursday nights are like a big thing for college. I went Friday nights, Saturday nights, usually like 2 parties a week. Anyway, so this one party, I'm not going to name the specific frat that it was, just because even in the past, I've given people like fake aliases and I haven't even exposed them yet. They still try to get my videos down. So I'm going to play it safe. So this specific frat, I don't think I had ever gone to one of their parties before, so I kind of didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if they had a frat house, because a lot of frat house, you know where it is. So me and Christine were like, why not just go out? Like, I think it was like a Friday or something. We were like, let's go. Let's have fun. And so little did we know, we shouldn't have. We should have stayed home and watched Netflix, but we didn't. So last minute, completely, we decide to go to this one party. And we get there, and I didn't really recognize the area very much. It wasn't far from school or anything. It was like we Ubered there. It wasn't far at all. I guess this frat doesn't have a specific home, which is kind of odd because most frats do. So, red flag number 1, question mark. So we get there, and right off the bat, we don't know anyone, which is kind of odd because I feel as though almost every party I go to, I at least know a couple people, or I know a handful of people. And I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, I kind of know who to talk to. But I knew one person in this frat, and he's the one that like invited us. So that's how we knew about it. We get there, we're just kind of making friends, kind of mingling, just, I guess, dancing, doing whatever people do at parties, And suddenly it starts to get super packed. At first we were like, is it going to be kind of dead? Because, should we just, we should have. And it starts to get super packed. It wasn't bad. We were just kind of hanging out. And suddenly I noticed that like all the doors are shut completely, and we're like, it's kind of hot in here, like what's going on? And I noticed that a few of the frat brothers started squirming around, and we're like, hey, should we be aware of something going on right now? And essentially only the frat brothers knew that someone showed up with a gun, apparently. But a lot of people were just kind of like questioning, but kind of not really caring. They were just kind of trying to have a good time. And then suddenly some of the frat guys start yelling, like really frantically. They were like, everyone be quiet, which isn't rare, to be honest, for parties, because for a lot of parties, there's a lot of noise complaints, or the police could come, so they try to keep it down. And so that's what I thought it was originally. But something in my like little body told me, hey, maybe something weird is happening. So I asked my friend that was in the frat, I was like, what the heck is going on? And he tells me that apparently, okay, backstory, I guess. Not really backstory. I'm pretty sure most people know this, but essentially for college parties or for like frat parties, it's kind of more difficult for guys to get in. I don't know why. That's just kind of how it is. It's a little sexist, honestly. Like, it must be hard to be a guy and like not have that many frat bros or frat friends and like kind of feel excluded from parties. But anyway, girls, they can get in pretty much any time, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. And apparently two guys showed up. I have no idea who they were. And they try to get into the party, but obviously the frat guys were like, no, you can't come in, like, you don't know anyone, like, you're not on the list, like, Okay, VIP, like the frick. And they were like, are you sure about that? And they took a gun out and just shot it up. Like, I thought I heard something, but you also can't hear anything because the music is so loud. But apparently that's what happened. And I have videos and everything that I'm gonna insert, that way you guys can get a visual. Because apparently when I'm at a party or, you know, when I'm out having a good time, I think that I'm Casey Neistat and I decide to vlog everything. No, I wish I was Casey Neistat. I could never. I could never. So I have no idea what's going on. Everyone's either silent or trying to hide in the garage, even though the garage is basically just like a smoke joint. Christine and I documented it, which I guess is fun because now I can look back at it and be like, oh my gosh, that's the night I almost died. Just kidding. Mom, if you're watching this, sorry. I don't party anymore, I promise. And so after I hear this, I'm like, what the heck? That person was still here. And that's why everyone was, you know, locked in as sardines. Me and my friend Christine were like, what the heck do we do? Everyone was freaking out. It was a whole chaotic scene. The music was down. Everyone was panicking. I was kind of more chill. I was like, well, honestly, truthfully, I don't think I'm gonna die. Like, there's a ton of people who are a lot closer to the door than me. So I don't think I'm gonna die tonight. Like, I don't feel it in me, you know? So Christine and I were like, let's go like near, like upstairs more. This one guy, I don't know who he is. He was like, yeah, like go up the railing and like you know, just chill there for now. And so we're like, okay. So we're like sitting there for a while. We're like, what the heck is going on? And before we knew it, we hear a helicopter roaming the entire party. And we're like, oh my gosh, maybe this is serious. I love how now I'm like, hey, maybe this is serious, as though it wasn't serious when I heard about it the first time. But I don't know why I was chill. Like, I don't tend to panic in a lot of scenarios. I'm kind of a pretty laid back person. But I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Like, this has never happened at another party I go to. Here I was thinking the party was gonna be boring, and I mean, this isn't good that it happened, definitely not, but it definitely did spice things up, you know? So I think probably an hour goes by. Christine and I are just kind of there. I was texting my best friend Guillermo. I was like, hey, the party I'm at, getting shut up. Love you. And he was like, what? He was like, what? Come again? And so I had to like explain to him everything that was happening. He was kind of panicking. I was like, I think I'll be fine. But like, I just kind of wanted to go home at this point. I was like, this has been real fun, y'all, but goodbye. Like, I'm trying to go home, but I also don't want to go outside if there's like an active shooter. Like, what is happening? But I also assumed that if they were like helicopters and stuff, I assumed someone took care of it. Like, I think I should be fine. And eventually, you know, the coast is clear. Christine's friend offered to take us home. Thank gosh, what an angel. I don't know his name, but I have a video. He comes out in it.
It's what? This is great. Hey, they got a helicopter. We on motherfucking TV, bro. That's crazy. It's really not.
We're out. Don't worry. We're getting driven back to God knows where, but we're out. And we finally get let out. We were kind of like walking pretty fast. We're like, let's get the heck out of here. Like, we don't want to be here any longer. And essentially, that was my night. There was police cars everywhere. We're kind of just like, what happened? Like, I wish I knew who did it. Like, who is so salty that they don't get into a frat party that they pull out a gun and just shoot up? Like, first of all, how not okay are you mentally to do that? Second of all, that's just wrong. That's just very wrong. Moral of the story, if you have a bad feeling about a certain night, like I was never really that into it. I was just kind of like, yeah, let's go out. And then I was like, do I want to go out? And then I was like, well, I already said it. I already wasted, you know, time doing my makeup. So I guess let's go out. But I also kind of was just like, should have just stayed home. Moral of the story, if you have a bad feeling about a certain event or something, maybe you shouldn't go. Sometimes your gut feeling kind of isn't wrong. I love how I said that. So that was the story about the time that the party I went to got shut up. There wasn't much of a, like, it's just kind of a random story that I wanted to throw out. I hope that you guys find this a little bit interesting. If you don't, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. And if you did, dude, I don't know where I was going with that. And if you did, please be sure to subscribe, like, comment, do everything you gotta do. I have a few more stories that I wouldn't mind telling you guys. One of them kind of really involves exposing myself, and I'm a little hesitant, but I feel like at this point, like, it's been so long. It's been probably over a year now. Maybe I should just tell it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.